One of the best reasons to switch to an electric vehicle is the huge reduction in service costs. But this doesn't mean that EVs don't require servicing. In fact, today we're going to be looking at all these topics to discuss the servicing needs of electric vehicles. Some things may actually surprise you, like why servicing your air conditioner is so essential in an electric vehicle. I'm Luke. Hit subscribe if you haven't, and welcome to another episode of The Future is Electric. So EVs have the luxury of being able to brake using the electric motor in a process called regeneration or regen. This process not only slows down the car, but recoups up to 20% of the energy which in a traditional car is otherwise lost. So speaking about EV servicing, if your car is due for its annual checkup, be sure to speak to Jonathan at EV Services Malta. Jonathan has years of experience already in the field, so whether your car just needs an annual service, needs some fault finding or fixing, or even battery replacement, Jonathan has done it all. EV services also offer charging cables and charging accessories such as the charger itself for a number of vehicle models. Be sure to get in touch with them through their Facebook, Instagram, and website. Now, while EVs prefer to brake electrically, they still have the traditional braking methods like brake pads. Though brake pads tend to last twice as long in an EV since they're being used less of the time. EVs also have normal hydraulic brakes, which definitely kick in the event of, say, an electronic failure. Those hydraulic brakes need to be maintained with their relevant fluids. Electric vehicles are heavier, more powerful, and give out more acceleration off the line, therefore requiring less rolling resistance. It's for all these reasons that electric vehicles have specially designed tires, and the wrong choice of which could mean you lose a few kilometers of range. Tires have also become one of the loudest components in the vehicle, and therefore are designed specifically in this case to make less noise. So while you may be doing your part for the environment, not everyone else is on board yet, which means replacing your air cabin filter periodically is going to be an essential requirement. The heart of the EV is the high voltage battery. Now, while we call it in the singular, the battery is actually made up of many hundreds, if not thousands, of individual battery cells. Those battery cells should be checked periodically using diagnostics, and if there is a problem, they can be replaced right away. I know it comes as a surprise, but an electric vehicle still has a traditional 12-volt battery. Yes, the one you have to replace every few years. Now, that battery is being used to power the traditional electronics like the windshield wipers and headlights. It's also being used to engage and disengage the high voltage battery when the car is parked and not charging. The good news is that some automakers are already introducing a smaller lithium-ion battery to replace the 12-volt battery in models to come. EVs have different lubricants which need to be changed and checked periodically according to manufacturer specifications. These lubricants include the gearbox reduction oil, braking fluids, and coolant for the battery and motor. Making sure your air conditioner is working properly is actually an essential part in the electric vehicle's running, especially when that electric vehicle is using the AC to also cool the battery besides the cabin. Keeping the battery at an ideal 25 degrees Celsius is essential for the battery to last a long time. Different to what we see in our phones and laptops, which do not have battery cooling. But I've talked extensively about this in the video I'm linking above. So if you notice that your AC in the cabin is not cooling properly, then do not wait till summer. Go get your car checked and get the coolant replaced, because that same coolant could be being used, depending on your car, to cool the battery. I hope you found today's video interesting, and I trust I've earned your subscription. As always, I'm Luke, and I hope I've convinced you that the future is electric.